Good Tuesday morning, everyone. It is officially December. It's officially meteorological winter, and boy, does it look like it out there. Everything going according to plan, with most places so far, as of about 8:08 a.m., picking up an inch and a half, 2 inches, 2.5 inches worth of snow overnight, making for locally slick conditions, especially on those secondary roads. Let's start out this morning with a look at our regional picture. Our low pressure system, the center of the low, is up across northern New York, and the counterclockwise flow around that low pressure system producing a plume of moisture, I should say, that is picking up plentiful moisture off of not only Lake Erie, but also up into Lake Huron and, of course, downwind of Lake Ontario to our east. We're getting in on the action in parts of New York State this morning. Now, I'm going to take off the isobars here and kind of zoom into our local area. It's snowing just about everywhere, but snowfall is going to occur at varying intensities today. Sometimes it's going to be pretty light. Sometimes it's going to get a little bit heavy. It's a little bit hard to see here, but we have one kind of fairly dominant lake effect band that looks kind of like this right now. This is where the snowfall rates are mostly the heaviest right now. This is coming into Lake County, Ashtabula County, northeastern Trumbull, and a good chunk of Mercer County as well. This band is going to meander to the east and be more aimed at Erie and Meadville before the end of the afternoon today. So these intense snowfall rates that we're seeing this morning in places such as Kinsman and Greenville will probably let up some as we get into the afternoon. That starts to shift off to the east as our wind direction changes somewhat. But yeah, it is snowing everywhere this morning, even if in your community it's fairly light. Let's look at some webcams. Again, as of 8:09 this morning, this is 422 in Niles. Well taken care of. The major roads being helped out by the fact that the snow is fairly light in some places right now, and also the air temperatures and the road temperatures are not that far from freezing. Road treatment very effective at these temperatures. So that's a major thoroughfare doing okay, wet and a little bit slushy. Down in Columbiana, boy, it is pretty. I mean, the snow is sticking to the trees and making for a very nice holiday scene where we have some decorations up. But as you can see, Park Avenue is doing okay. This has obviously been treated and plowed along the busy intersection of 224, I should say, and Market Street. In Boardman, a little bit of slush on the roads, mostly wet at this time. ODOT cameras, this is over towards Austintown. That camera's covered up right now. This is 80 at Salt Springs Road, showing, again, traffic's moving along. It's wet. You got to keep it a little slow. But on the major roads, especially if they've been treated well, we're doing okay. And then this is 7-Eleven around the Youngstown area, just east of 680. This, of course, a very slippery spot a lot of times because, as you know, bridges tend to be a colder surface than other roads that aren't bridges or overpasses, and this tends to be a trouble spot a lot of times in the winter, but right now we're doing okay. And finally, this is 80 and 193 near Liberty Township, and again, same idea. Now, neighborhood roads, secondary streets, things that haven't been treated or plowed, probably quite a bit worse than this with some snow-covered surfaces and locally slippery conditions. All right, rest of the day, there's that kind of dominant lake effect band. You see that in the darker blues. Stop the clock here right at the current hour, but we're going to fast forward to the afternoon. Notice that darker blue band gets a little bit closer to Erie and up towards Crawford County. For the rest of us, yeah, it's going to continue snowing. The snow will slowly but surely keep adding up, and then it will start to taper off as we head towards midnight and into the overnight. I'm expecting rapidly improving conditions by Wednesday morning, although with temperatures dipping into the mid-20s, any wet and slushy areas can certainly be slippery still early Wednesday. Now, we've already seen on average between 1 and 2 inches of snow. On top of that 1 or 2 inches, here's a look at the expected accumulations for the rest of the day and into the night tonight. Probably the most consistent heavy accumulations will be in northern Trumbull and a good chunk of Mercer, where we're in that lake effect zone. Once you're down towards Niles, Girard, Liberty, Youngstown, Austintown, Boardman, Canfield, etc., amounts are not going to be that heavy, but still at least a few more, if not 4 or 5 inches worth of additional snow before the day is through. Some places will probably see 2 or 3 additional inches. Some places might see up to 4 or 5. Columbiana County, on top of what you've already seen, probably 3 or 4 additional inches before this storm finally gets out of our hair later on tonight. All right, more updates from me on social media throughout the morning and from Emily and Andrew in our downtown studios. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. Stay safe out there today and enjoy your Tuesday.